Hi everyone, my name is Eunkyung. I'm a PhD candidate at UC Irvine. I'm excited to present our work on understanding the impact of long-term memory on self-disclosure with large language model-driven chatbots for public health intervention. This work was done as part of my internship at Naver AI Lab. Before I start, I'd like to thank my collaborators, Yuin, SoHyun, Daniel, and Jeong. Advances in large language models have significantly enhanced the capabilities of chatbots to support free-form conversations in open-ended topics. Such capabilities can be particularly effective at eliciting disclosure about broader aspects of personal health for public health monitoring. However, popular LLM-driven chatbots such as ChatGPT or Bard rarely offer the capabilities to store and reference information from previous sessions. As a result, when introduced to support public health monitoring, LLM-driven chatbots were unable to follow up on personal health history over time, leading to user frustration and reduced engagement in public health monitoring. In the NLP community, long-term memory is defined as an ability to remember information beyond the current conversation session. Recently, OpenAI started testing such a long-term memory capability for ChatGPT to automatically store information from conversations with individual users to enhance future conversations. But it's not a widespread feature yet. Introducing LTM to LLM-driven chatbots can improve their ability to encourage health disclosure through personalized conversations. Such an ability also offers a valuable opportunity to sustain user engagement, which is crucial for understanding the population's health and well-being for public health monitoring. However, we lack an understanding of how LTM impacts user interactions with LLM-driven chatbots. Through this study, we asked, how does long-term memory impact users' self-disclosure with and impressions of LLM-driven chatbots for public health monitoring? We sought to answer the question through the case of CareCall, an LLM-driven chatbot that aims to support socially isolated individuals via checkout phone calls for public health monitoring. CareCall was developed by a tech corporation named Naver to collect data about the individual's general health and serve as a conversational partner to mitigate their loneliness. The system was deployed to over 20,000 individuals in South Korea as of March 2024. Initially developed without LTM, CareCall later integrated the memory capability, which automatically stores and dynamically updates summarized information about 5 topics, including health, meals, sleep, visited places, and pets, so that the LLM can reference it in the following sessions, which provides a useful case for comparing user experiences with and without LTM. Taking a mixed method approach, we quantitatively and qualitatively analyzed pre-existing over 1,200 call logs from the real-world deployment for 2 distinct user groups: those who engaged with CareCall with LTM and those without it. We also conducted interviews with 9 users who used CareCall with LTM. Both groups were largely from low SES individuals who are living alone, including middle-aged and older adults. Through our quantitative analysis, we found that those who use CareCall with LTM disclosed significantly more details across different aspects of their lives compared to those who use CareCall without it. For example, those who use CareCall with LTM disclose significantly more information about their clinical care that they were seeking. Further, they disclose significantly more details about the clinical care as they experience more LTM events over time. Through our qualitative analysis, we found that LTM encouraged health disclosure through personalized questions. An individual who used CareCall without LTM had mentioned having knee surgery, but CareCall only asked generic questions like, "How are you feeling?" in the subsequent weeks, without acknowledging his surgery history. As a result, the individual repeated similar answers, such as, I recently had knee surgery, so I'm just staying at home, without offering further details about his health condition. In contrast, individuals who use CareCall with LTM disclosed more comprehensive health information when CareCall asked questions referencing their past conversations. During the first call, an individual mentioned insomnia affecting his sleep quality. When CareCall later asked about his insomnia, he provided more detailed information. It's been tough. I've been taking sleeping pills for over 30 years because of the trauma from an injury in the past. Through quantitative analysis, we further observed that LTM significantly promoted positive reactions, particularly appreciation. Through the qualitative analysis, we noticed that LTM promoted positive reactions by offering familiarity with the users. Participants who used CareCall without LTM expressed frustration when the agent was unable to acknowledge their health history that was mentioned in previous sessions. An individual seemed frustrated when the agent asked, do you get to exercise regularly? Neglecting her leg pain mentioned in previous sessions. She sighed and said, I can't even walk. How can I exercise? In contrast, those who use CareCall with LTM perceived that LTM triggered exchanges as sincere and thoughtful. P9 described, I felt so thankful when AI remembered that I had seen a dentist and asked how my toothache was later on. Even your family can't remember everything, can they? It feels more caring than human beings. Participants also appreciated LTM-triggered exchanges about non-health topics, such as pets or visited places. P2 mentioned that CareCall remembered that she had a dog, saying, I felt great when it asked, did you walk your dog today? That's what us humans say. Despite the overall positive impact, LTM faced some challenges in promoting self-disclosure. LTM-triggered questions on chronic health issues made participants frustrated about reminding them of the fact that they would not improve, which limited further disclosure about personal health. For example, one participant provided similar answers to CareCall's LTM-triggered questions about her back pain across multiple sessions, such as, I am too old to get better. Our findings demonstrate that CareCall's selective memory about health disclosure effectively steered conversations toward important health topics that are useful for public health monitoring. However, such influence might have come at the expense of the benefits of more open-ended dialogues. In our study context, as CareCall's LTM focused on health-related topics, users might have missed out on an opportunity to engage in conversations about their personal habits and interests, and public health workers might have missed out on understanding a broader aspect of care recipients' life. While remembering diverse topics offer benefits, it potentially comes at some cost, such as interfering with collecting relevant information to the stated goal. We suggest that designers need to carefully balance the benefits of remembering diverse topics against the specific goals of the LLM-driven chatbot. Our findings demonstrate the potential of LTM in mitigating the impersonal nature of chatbots by providing empathetic interactions. However, careful considerations are needed when designing LTM for complex health contexts. For example, we observed some challenges in following up on chronic health conditions that are unlikely to improve, leading users to perceive the chatbot as inattentive or inconsiderate. Our study highlights that how stored information in LTM is referenced back to users is critical in the context of public health monitoring. One way that could help steer LTM-triggered questions to be more attentive to individual needs is incorporating public health workers' empirical knowledge about individuals into a model input. For instance, if a chatbot is informed that an individual has a long-standing chronic condition, it can tailor its questions to focus more on symptom management rather than monitoring the state of the condition. Thank you so much for listening. Please feel free to contact if you have any questions about this work.